Today we're going to teach you how to make a DIY Dollar Tree Jack Skellington wreath for Halloween.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. We were going to vlog today because we had a date night in St. Louis. So if you're new around here, hi. My name is Jeri-Ann Henson, as you can tell by the channel name. And me and my husband, who's off and on here, we're having a date night in St. Louis. We went to go help Aunt Sue out with a few things and get a couple of chairs. And we got home 9 o'clock. And I said, at about 10 o'clock, I was done talking to my friend Lisa on the phone. And I said to him, will you help me craft? And he's like, sure. Because every night, I try to get a video up at 12:01 Central Standard Time. Or Central Daylight Time, depending on the time of the year. But it was already 10 o'clock. So he's like, what can we do in 2 hours? And I said, actually, it has to be less than 2 hours. Because I have to still edit it and voice over. So I'm going to put timestamps on how the things actually went and how long each of them took, and then I'm going to share it with you just like that so that you guys could see that some crafts can be done start to finish in under 2 hours. Okay, so here we go.
So the first thing you're going to need is a pizza pan from the Dollar Tree. Now almost all of these supplies can be found at the Dollar Tree or for under $1. And you're going to need 3 packs of clothespin because you're going to need 78 total. And you're going to need a glue gun as well as any embellishments you want to add. And we're going to use some 97-cent spray paint from Walmart. You're going to need a can of white and a can of black. I prefer flat if possible. And then you're going to need your fake Sharpie magic marker, or you can use black paint if you don't prefer markers. So, in all seriousness, this craft took like less than an hour. So we spray painted a light coat of white spray paint. This is just not me breathing heavy. This is me blowing all of the fumes. This is outside, so you want to be well ventilated. Now this spray paint is the semi-gloss, which I wasn't really crazy about, but my store just hasn't had the flat in the longest time. And you can see it's not perfect coverage because we're about to take the black spray paint and we're about to go around the edges. And I've gone slowly on the outside and then worked my way in a little bit. And what you're doing was kind of creating like a shadow, like a creepy, shadowy skeleton thing. And this whole project was inspired by Pinterest. Somebody had made it on Pinterest, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I know not everybody gets on Pinterest. And this spray painting is all double time, but just to save for effort of videotaping, okay? And then what I did real here, and I didn't videotape it, is I just gave another quick shot of white in the middle, just to get all of that overspray. Alright, and the next thing you want to do is you want to lay out 39 clothespins, and you want your clothespins in half. So you need 39 black and 39 white. Now, in full disclosure, I was gifted clothespins that were actually from Target by my friend Lisa. Actually, Lisa's son, Eric. So my clothespins are 2 different sizes because I have some from the Dollar Tree and then some from Eric from Target. Okay, and I know why am I videotaping spray painting black in the dark? You can't see it, but that's what it is. There you go. Hi. And then you want to turn the cardboard around or reposition yourself so you get both sides. And I don't mean both sides top and bottom. I mean both sides left and right. Okay, just to get as full coverage on the top as you can. Okay, and then we're going to repeat the same process with the white. I have all these clothespinned to a piece of cardboard or paper just to keep them together. But you want to leave a little space between each one because you want to try to get the sides colored, white and black as per whichever one they are. Now, the white ones needed a lot more coverage because it kind of like soaks in for some reason. I don't know why. The black just worked out really well, just one quick coat. And the white I had to get a little bit closer and a little bit more intense of a color. Okay? But do the same thing. We turned it around. And I should have spray painted my white ones first because they took a little longer to dry. But I didn't. Sorry. So I spray painted this as you saw. It is totally ready to go. Because of the nature of it, the Jack Skellington, it doesn't have to be fully like, it doesn't have to be white. So in the Pinterest inspiration had the black around the outside. So I'm going to go draw his face on. And I just want to turn it to say like, I think his face is going to go here. Because he has a bow on,
like a bow tie he wears. I'm going to put a bow here, like the inspiration piece. I'm going to go ahead and this is more white up here, and that's why I chose to do it in this direction. So here we go.
Epic fail on my part. I am so sorry.
Oh, again, I forgot to hit record. Okay, epic fail. So I told you about the tray, and then see, you can make a craft in under an hour, but you can't videotape or teach a craft in under an hour. I never hit record when I was painting this. So I will, or drawing it with marker. So I will go over again really quick with what I did, but I will put the timestamp of when I was finished. Because when I was finished, I looked up to shut the camera off and I turned the camera on. So I have a footage of 2 seconds of me being done. Okay, hold on, here we go. See, it turned off again. So here's what I did really quick. I went onto the Pinterest and I drew the picture of Jack Skellington. And basically what it is, and I'll show you. I told you where the top of his head was going to be. Basically what it is 2 paisleys, teardrops, whatever you want to call them. They don't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, all the ones that I saw, even pictures from the movie, they're not even. Because he sort of always has like a scowl, or not always, but he sort of, that's his expression. So he's a little scowled. So you can see his eyes are 2 different sizes and shapes. What I got from the Pinterest inspiration was he's basically got 2 seeds for nose. So they're 2 seeds, and again, they were not even. And he has this like an arch over his top, over his eyebrows, and depending on he has an arch over his eyeballs depending on what expression he's trying to have, plus under his eyeballs, and it just adds dimension. And then his face is whatever kind of squiggly smile you want to be. The important thing is the teeth marks go perpendicular to wherever the swerve is. So they're not always straight up and down to the ground. They're perpendicular to his smile. And I just colored it in with the big, I just did it with the big fake Dollar Tree marker. The inspiration piece suggested you do it in pencil first. Of course, I skipped that step for you guys because you can't see when I draw a pencil on here anyway. So I went straight to my regular Sharpie, and then I realized that it was going to be just faster if I did this, so I went ahead and I did that. So now we're going to glue on the clothespins. I am so sorry, but the other thing I wanted to share with you in case you run across this dilemma is my clothespins are 2 different companies. They're not all from the Dollar Tree because I had some. But what I didn't realize is they're 2 different sizes. So here you can see, well, you can't see. Let me take them off. The other thing is the black flat paint dries so quickly compared to the white gloss paint. All right. So I'm going to show you there how that is. And I'm going to put a fan on them. I have a little fan here. The one that I got from the review that we did. And I'm going to put that little fan right on here to blow on these so they dry a little faster. But I wanted to show you the 2 black clothespins next to each other and that they're different sizes. But what I'm just going to do, and if this is something you come across, what I'm just going to do is there is, like I said, there is a place down here where it's going to get a bow. He's going to get a bow tie. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all the little ones there and start the little ones down here and then do all the rest of them big. Now, as far as gluing the clothespins or just clipping the clothespins, I think I'm just going to clip the clothespins. I did just plug in my hot glue gun because I'm going to put a bow on here, but I think I'm just going to start clipping the clothespins. Okay? So now I'll be done talking. And as you can see, I just spray painted one side.
Okay, well now I'm done talking. I am sorry that this video is so long because even with editing and speeding up where I wasn't talking, it still ended up being about 23 minutes. But like I said, this entire craft, I think I started spray painting at 10:30-ish. What did I say, 10:30? And I was done by 11:30.
And the other thing is the inspiration piece had the pizza pan upside down, like the right way you would make pizza. I did it on the back. I thought that would be cuter and easier, and then I don't have to worry about the clothespins getting knocked off and stuff. So that's why I did that. No rhyme or reason.
So really this whole video, this whole project took an hour, and the video, of course, is trying to reflect that. I think if I didn't do so much talking to you before, it would have been much shorter. I could have edited that down. But what I'm doing here is, because my white clothespins were not as dry as fast as my black ones, I am just using a spare couple of clothespins to space them out. So I'm putting making sure there's room for 3 clothespins between each set of black. So you're going to put 3 black, 3 white, 3 black, 3 white. If all your clothespins are dry, it'll be much faster for you to just do 3 black, 3 white, 3 black, and 3 white. Now, I will tell you, I definitely didn't want to glue these at all first. If I do glue them, I'm going to glue them later, but I wanted to make sure that they were spaced evenly first. So you want to do that before you start gluing them down, because the worst thing you could do is get to the top of the thing and only have room for 2 where there needs to be 3, and yada yada yada. Okay? So you guys get that. And then we're just going to continue around. So what am I forgetting? Oh, so I didn't mention in the beginning I mentioned you want to do any kind of embellishments. The original sort of had like a big loopy bow, like a bow, and not a bow tie, but like a bow. But what I had, if you've been here for a while and you saw like the skeleton wreath, I had made a black and white skeleton ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I'd made a bow, and I glued the word boo in the middle. Well, I decided to go ahead and utilize that for this project. And then I took some black and white ribbon from the Dollar Tree, as well as some black mesh ribbon that I had got on clearance at Michael's 2 years ago after Halloween. And I just used that to basically make a bow. And I'm going to talk you through that in a few minutes. And then I'm going to use the black and white ribbon from the Dollar Tree to make a hanger. But you go ahead and use whatever you have at home. Otherwise, this is like a $10 project at the max. I mean, it depends on if you buy all your ribbons and you buy your spray paint new and everything. Because it's a pizza pan, $2.50 worth of clothespins, $2 worth of spray paint, and then possibly $2 to $4 worth of ribbon, depending on your embellishments. And don't forget you need a marker. Okay? And then that's it. So here we go to the next step.
So I have this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I have this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. So if you watched the video the other day, the skeleton wreath, I used this bow that I had made the other day. I have this ribbon, and then I have this ribbon that I got at Michael's on clearance 2 years ago. I'll show you. It's a black mesh with glitter on it. So it's like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create sort of a bow tie with the bow in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3 of these, and I'm going to cut the same size 1. Can you see me? Okay, you can't really. Okay, I'm going to cut the same size of this 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna take 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, and we're gonna sort of stack them, sort of pinch them, sort of twist them. And let's see. Wrap a rubber band around them, see if they're centered. The rubber band needs to move over. And then we're gonna just poof. Just poof and poof. And poof and poof and poof and poof and poof. Oh, that's like not even close to being right. Let's see. Here we go. And okay. So we're gonna just pull them all apart this way and pull them all apart. Well, let's do one and 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 one, and then we'll do one and one and one and one and one and one. So let's see, this one needs to come over. It's way longer on that side. Okay, so I'm just gonna do all of this. I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna glue it right there with a big blob of hot glue. So if you didn't see this the other day, I tied a bow like you were tying your shoes, and I glued this bow here and here wherever it touched the bow, and I think that that looks pretty sweet actually. So I'm going, guess what, that wasn't cooled off, that wasn't done, sorry, my bad. Yeah, don't do that until it's done. So now that it's all does he look like he's, let's see, let's get directly under his nose. Okay. Now you could dovetail these, you could dog ear them, you could dovetail them, whatever animal liking you have. I just cut them straight across, and once this is cooled off, once this is set, we're going to go ahead and turn it over and glue on a hanger.
Now it's taken quite a bit for, because I used a lot of glue, and if I needed to move this, it's only glued to a few of the clothespins, so I can always move it after the fact. Sorry, burnt my finger on the hot glue. Ouch.
I am going to take this and just do that so I don't mess up any of my clothespins. I'm going to turn that bow across from where I want to hang it. I want that right there, so I want to hang it right here.
So I just realized some of you may not know who Jack Skellington is. Well, there's a movie by Tim Burton called Nightmare Before Christmas. And it's really quite fun, and it's actually taken me years to see it. And my niece Katie was like, you have to see it, because she is a huge Jack Skellington fan. And I'm doing this in her honor. Katie, don't worry, you're going to be getting something for Christmas. Let's see. I wonder what it'll be. Ha ha ha. So I am putting a huge amount of glue to hold this up, mostly just because I want it to stay forever. Now, you know, when we tie, we just made like a loop with the ribbon, tied the knot, but don't forget that sometimes the knot has not sometimes, the knot has a flat side and a bumpy side. Make sure you put the flat side down, okay? That's my only tip. Now, when I turn this back over, I noticed I had scratched his face, so I'm definitely going to spray this with some clear acrylic when I'm all done with it.
11:30.
And that's it, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Katie, I hope you enjoyed it too. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share with friends and family. Anybody you know might be interested in learning how to make one of these very quick projects. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And as always, you take care and God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye and happy Halloween.